doesn't matter. Hey, doesn't matter.
It don't matter what they say, we gon' talk anyway. Bell rings, mic check, let the real ones play. From the legends to the new blood climbing the ladder. Welcome to the show, it doesn't matter. Notorious Dome set the tone, main event status. BDC bring a fire, every take savage. Strap facts with the knowledge, history splatter. Poppy planting a wild card, say it loud, it doesn't matter. No filter, no bias. This is the It Doesn't Matter podcast.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the It Doesn't Matter podcast. I'm your host, I'm Notorious when I am Dom. I'm here with BDC. I'm here at Poppy Platino and Stratfax. He's MIA right now, but he will be joining us some point in this episode. Tonight, we're going to talk about Wrestle War 1990. This is BDC's choice. BDC, why did you choose Wrestle War 1990?
It was on the list, man. It was on the list.
You don't like somebody selected?
Seriously, I picked it because it's another chance to see pre Monday Nitro Lex Luger when he was really a dog. He was a dog in the ring. So, I figure that's always an entertaining main event. But yeah, I mean, I looked at the other options after folks had already selected because I was the last one to the vote, and yeah, so this was kind of like what I thought was the best option out of the rest of them.
Okay. All right. Well, if this show is trash, if this show is nasty, it's BDC's fault. You guys can blame him.
Listen. All I gotta say is that's what I get for being the last one to pick.
All right. Well, before we get into the show, Platino got his pro wrestling crate. Let's see what he got.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we got the Pro Wrestling Crate bi-monthly crate now. I got the super deluxe package, so I got the biggest tier. Comes with 2 T-shirts and a whole bunch of goodies. Let's see what they sent us this time. Oh, be nice if I had a knife. Damn it!
Use your teeth.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Yay. So this was technically a January crate, but I had to record a little bit late because we had a little bit of snow around this time of year. So,
yeah, who thought it was a good idea to have snow around the wintertime? God damn it!
I know. All right, let's start it off right here. So we have the Young Bucks sticker. The Care Bear. And a little bit of brightness, but the Care Bucks.
Lord.
Put that on your truck.
That'll go on.
You say put it on the truck?
I'll put that on the laptop.
Yeah, there you go.
For the pin, I got something that will live on forever, but it'll also be timeless. A timeless Tony Storm pin.
So that's dope.
I'm with that.
Yeah, that'll go with me. Let's see what we got. Here. We have. I got some cowboy shit because it's kind of cold, but I'm getting some cowboy shit done. I got a cowboy shit. All right. I'll take that.
There you go.
Let's see. Who do we have? For the Micro Brawler, we have El Matador. It is a 250 out of this, so El Matador.
Chico.
Wow.
Chico's. Yeah. That one's gonna go arriba. See? Arriba.
Should have got that one on May 5th.
That'd have been something.
That would have been hilarious.
All right, for the autograph, he's not only fabulous, he is marvelous. Mark Merrow.
I've seen that one before.
I'm not gonna lie.
I've seen that one before.
I like this one, especially he got the strap. This one's worth it. If anybody has seen any pictures of or anything that Mark Merrill has done, he's done a lot of great things in this world.
Yep.
Oh, it also came with a Trevor Lee autograph picture.
Oh wow.
This was actually good. So far, so good. So I got a double this time around. I don't know where he's at. Is he in hiatus right now? Because I have not seen him wrestling in a while.
Yeah, I don't know where
Lost
he
in the
is right
sauce.
now. Yeah.
Won that $1 million championship, and that was a wrap.
Yeah. It went downhill from there fast.
I got 2 T-shirts, and one of them I might have to do at the end because that one was going to be special. So this guy recently retired from New Japan. He is the ace. He is Tanahashi. And we got the Forever Ace T-shirt.
I dig it.
Print's really small.
It's 2X, but, I'm kind of filling it out. And to round it out, the one T-shirt that, what the hell did I have? Oh, boy. Well, whatever. I got the King of Hearts, Owen Hart T-shirt.
Yes, sir.
Enough is enough, and it's time
for a change.
I know you're rocking on May 5th.
Oh yeah, that's definitely getting some burn.
Oh yeah, enough's enough. It's time for a change, baby. And I'm not a nugget tonight.
Show Strap your Young Buck sticker. He might want it for the suitcase.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I want that suitcase to be clean or full of stickers again.
It's gonna be coming with care. It's a that damn light.
Just put your hand in front of the light.
That's dope.
There you go. Happy.
Dope.
There you go.
And that concludes my Pro Wrestling Crate.
What's the next one?
I literally just lost my spoiler thing, so at the end of the show, I'll probably let you know.
It doesn't matter. We'll forget by then. All right. Well, let's get into Wrestle War 1990. We got good old Jim Ross on commentary with Terry Funk. In our opening match, we have Kevin Sullivan and Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer taking on the dynamic dudes of Johnny Ace and Shane Douglas. Strap, who the hell is Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer?
As soon as you said the name, I was like, I have some notes. Eventually, I stopped taking notes on this show, but I did have some as I started the show. Here they are. Well, first of all, the opening of the show, I said, what a corny-ass opening video for Wrestle War 90. I mean, I think the opening video is why you chose the show. It's like, this shit's corny as hell. John's going to love it or hate it at the same time.
This is BDC's choice.
BDC's choice. Same reasons. First of all, one note is that it's Booker versus Booker, Johnny Ace and Kevin Sullivan. Huh?
Ooh,
yeah.
Right.
And Buzz Sawyer, like, I knew the name. He has as much of a unique look as you can for a balding man, which you can all appreciate in some manner or form. But so this guy, I heard his name. I don't remember ever seeing him before. But I was like, why Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer? Isn't Buzz Sawyer enough of a name? Why do you have to add Mad Dog in front of it? It's like saying he's the stone cold vicious fox, Roman Reigns. Why? It's just too much.
I'll be damned.
Like Austin Aries, like his tagline was, he was the greatest man that ever lived, a double Austin Aries. And I asked him to write that whole thing when I met him for an autograph, and lazy ass, he's like, I'll do you one better. It was not better. He just wrote the initials. The great TG, TM, whatever. It's like
World's Greatest Tag Team, WGTT.
Right. So instead of writing the whole thing out, but yeah, Buzz Sawyer, he wasn't just a J-Bron. He was somewhat of note, but it's the first time I ever recall seeing him, though.
Mm-hmm.
And this is different for WCW. You know, they usually kick it off with the light heavyweight, the cruiserweights, whatnot. You're starting off with these random tag teams right here. And I know they were pushing the dynamic dudes, but whew, do you think they were it to get the crowd all hyped up? Where the hell were they? I forgot, where were they at? Do you all recall?
Oh,
No, I don't.
I don't even remember. I usually write that joint down.
I don't recall it all either.
But, you know, we know them as older dudes, you know, older dynamic dudes. But when they first came out, a young blonde tag team. Yeah, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Greensboro, North Carolina at the Greensboro Coliseum.
Oh, boy. Yeah. So, I mean, they were just a tag team, a young babyface tag team, blonde, smiling, blue eyes. Hey, that's what they kind of pushed, I guess.
Oh, Lord. BDC.
Yes, sir.
The dynamic dudes. They were shoved down our throats, man. If they weren't, will we hate them?
If they were shoved down our throats today,
Yeah.
we would absolutely hate them. We would. There's a, like, I don't even have to think about that. We would absolutely hate them. They were about as plain as Wonder Bread. There was nothing about them. Absolutely nothing about them. They screamed, "These guys stand out." Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing at all. They were perfectly etched in gimmick of the 80s surfer dudes, and it just, yeah. Mm-mm. Like literally, they would be, if they were around today, they would be Matt Riddle, only worse.
Yeah, because Matt Riddle at least has some type of personality, and he thinks for himself.
Yeah, he has a personality. He's a likable guy. These guys were just bland as hell. They just were.
They weren't the charismatic dudes.
What, Kevin Sullivan and Buzz Sawyer?
Yeah. Two bland ass tag teams to kick off the show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and it is no offense to Buzz Sawyer or Kevin Sullivan, because these guys on their own, they found niches, and they came up with memorable characters at some point. But you know, as a tag team together, it was just like, oh, who are we gonna have face our Golden Boys? Hey, is Kevin and Buzz in the back? Are they?
All right. Well, what's your favorite Buzz Sawyer match?
They have gear. Well, go ahead and stitch them up something real quick. Tell them they're gonna be in an opening match. That's what this was.
Well, what's your favorite Buzz Sawyer match?
I ain't got one. like, not to say that he wasn't a memorable character for the name or anything like that, but no, that was not to say it was before my time, but it was before my time.
Well, this opening match, it was trash. Mad Dog, he won the match with a jam sandwich, which was just a splash off the top rope.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, it was 10 minutes of trash. 10 minutes of hot, steaming, dripping dumpster juice.
Plano, what are your thoughts on this opening match?
Man, I was with you on that. I was really trying to give these guys a chance, and especially the dynamic dudes, because I've seen them so many times, and I'm trying to give them one more chance, and they just don't pull me in. And maybe it's just a sign of the times, or just the way we grew up. I mean, we grew up around the Ninja Turtles, so that would have caught me, maybe. But even as a kid, I don't think this tag team really would have done anything for me. So I'm sorry, I couldn't figure it out with these two tag teams. I know what Kevin Sullivan will turn out with his Dungeon of Doom down the road,
right?
But man, you looking at Johnny Ace and knowing his history, and then
people power,
it just didn't catch me, man. Unfortunately, and the match didn't really hold my attention.
Right.
Strap, your thoughts on this match?
Oh man, my thoughts on this match will coincide with our final thoughts of the show. But yeah, we love opening matches, hot opening matches here on the IDM pod. But this was not one of them. It wasn't the worst thing, but it did not necessarily get anyone excited, especially in the year 2026. So, dynamic dudes, screw them. They suck. Kevin Sullivan and Mad Dog Stone Cold Steve Buzz Sawyer, you suck too. So this match sucks.
It doesn't suck, bro. I'm Kevin Sullivan.
This match does not matter.
Sullivan.
No, it absolutely did not.
All right, well, our next match, we have Cactus Jack Manson taking on Norman the Lunatic. But before the match begins, we get a backstage interview with Norman the Lunatic and Missy Hyatt. And he said, "You look like my sister. Can I get a hug for good luck?" She gives him the hug. Then after that, "Can I get a kiss on the cheek?" Got a kiss on the cheek. "Can I get one of my lips?" "Oh, sorry, we're out of time." Oh, it was pretty funny. It was a pretty funny segment.
I got a note about that right now. I wrote, Norman the Lunatic is a registered sex offender in every county, every state in the United States.
And he'll be the governor of...
And he's running for president in 2 years.
Is that why
3 years. I don't
Is
know.
that why he cut his hair and became a booger in WWF?
Yeah.
At least he kept the gimmick of being absolutely disgusting.
She didn't mean nothing to me.
After a while, he wasn't
missing.
getting any more
It was
hugs, so
missing.
his unitard just got really, really dirty.
Ugh.
What the hell were they doing, man? We had the opening match. Now we got this. Mick Foley, Cactus Jack Manson at the time. He's trying to make a name for himself, but what the hell was
trim though too?
Yeah.
Kevin Sullivan, the Kevin Sullivan's man. Yep.
But Norman the Lunatic, was this a sympathetic gimmick or is this just an embarrassing role that he had right here?
Yeah, I think because again, got to kind of dial it back to the 90s or to the late 80s, 1990, and I would have to say that at that time they could get away with characters like this and actually being lovable. Like, you throw Norman the Lunatic out there today like this, and we're canceling him 8 ways to Sunday. You can. He was, despite the fact that he was damn inappropriate, he was very lighthearted, so he could still get over with the fandom. So, I mean, it definitely, he was a sign of the times gimmick, just like the dynamic dudes were, and both were trash.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that, brother. Only because Robert Downey Jr. said it in Tropic Thunder. You don't go full, you know what? Because then that'll ruin the gimmick. Just half. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, did he come out with like a pinwheel hat kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so
Yes, he did.
this is what they thought special people looked like Norman the Lunatic, right? I really don't know the scope of the time. I mean, early 90s, yeah, but it's like this is what they thought disturbed people looked like, but they weren't necessarily a danger to society. I mean, you flash forward goodness gracious, was this
18 years later,
right?
you get Eugene, right? Or 14 years later, you get Eugene.
Well, 36 years. Wait, am I doing my math wrong? 36, 34. Over 30 years later, the Lunatic looks like a normal person now. They don't have to necessarily wear a pinwheel hat, have a giant strawberry lollipop, and they're not affable, goofy people. No, they look like anyone else.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that gimmick, to me, it reminds me a little bit of Otis, just without as much funny.
That gimmick That gimmick would be the criminal of Law and Order of SVU 9 out of 10 episodes.
Ouch.
I mean, it's hard for those kind of shows to have like a recurring bad guy, but on CSI, the original CSI, they had a guy. His character's name was Paul Melander, and he was like a vicious serial killer, and he was very savvy at not getting caught. But eventually 3 seasons later, they got him. So. Hey, anyway.
I think I remember that guy.
Paul Melander. Cross-dressing Paul Melander.
Oh, Lord. Well,
I'm
this
gonna
match...
find a clip for this.
I will. I will. This
That's
match definitely didn't do
PAU.
nothing for me whatsoever. Norman got the win with the reverse sunset flip, and he just dropped his nuts in Cactus Jack Manson's face for the win.
Yeah. Yeah. Another match where it was just like, oof.
A lot of planters.
Not the fascia either.
No, definitely not. We 0-2 right now, fellas.
We are 0-2, and
Thanks a lot, BDC. You
Yeah,
jerk.
look, man, as I said, all the other good choices were taken. Damn it!
If you
You
keep
could have
up,
been like Dom and create your own.
I never create my.
That's true. I'm not that.
it's a call.
I'm saying,
It's a call.
I thought about that. Obviously,
I mean, I look like one when you go to create a character.
No,
I'm
that-
always like, how were you able to create yourself? Simple. All my stuff, all I do is add a mustache.
every single time.
that's how Austin Theory
yeah,
does
I can't even do that anymore. The gray blend kills it. It kills it every time.
They messed up now. I can't even do it no more. I tried to do the create a character last time. Nah, I'm done.
It's too in depth now. All right. Well, our next match, I was looking forward to this match. We have the Rock and Roll Express taking on the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette.
Me too.
This is the way. This is how it should have started.
Yes, I definitely been fine with that.
Yep.
So we have Robert Eaton, Stan Lane, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. Which tag team do you think carried that division right there?
I want to say that at that point in time, it was probably the Midnight Express. I think the Rock and Roll Express had kind of had their run in the early 80s, if I'm not mistaken, and the Midnight Express was kind of taken on and taken over at this point. But I could be wrong. That's just my perception of what I remember. But I mean, they were both good. But like I said, I think Rock and Roll Express had kind of had their run in the early 80s, and the Midnight Express was kind of taking it on in the late 80s.
And they had the Jim Cornette factor.
Yep. Feather tennis racket case and all.
Oh my God, Jim Cornette. Like, okay. So the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express had an endless feud throughout the '80s or whatever.
Yep.
So they had to do something different. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, all right, we're booking you together because people like seeing you guys face each other. You have a great dynamic, but you got to do something different. So what can you do different? And I don't know. They just brought some of that house show, the Gaga with Jim Cornette and fighting the referee. I mean,
Yeah, Nick Patrick gonna tuck his shirt. Put the dukes up.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, hold up.
Oh, so corny, but so good.
Was a good ref
Nick-
at one point.
Yeah, Nick Patrick at one point was actually pretty. He was pretty hilarious before he became NWO
Evil
Nick
referee.
and all that stuff like that. He was actually pretty damn hilarious in the ring.
You know, that's how a gimmick change or an action can like shape your character for the rest of your career or life. To me, he was always an untrustworthy referee. He was always the NWO referee. Even when he went to WWE on SmackDown was Booker T's referee every single match Booker T had. You know, just like that. He's no good. He's no good. He's just a bad referee. He's NWO. Never let it die with me. He was always a bad referee, Nick Patrick.
All right. Well, during the match, the Midnight Express, they had a little tension. I thought they was gonna break up during this match.
Yes, I saw that too. I was like, ooh, is that gonna
Getting a
happen?
little tight in here.
I liked it though. You get a little drama. You got to make the show's been kind of boring anyway for the past two matches. Go a little drama. I know the match was already doing what they were doing, but that little bit extra drama, you're like, ooh, are they not working well enough to get this win against their biggest rival? Because they're so pissed off they haven't beaten them in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And this was a long ass match too, man. Like the finish of the match, we see Robert. They trying to go for like a double flapjack, and Robert Gibson end up locking the legs, which was real ugly, and they got the win. The Rock and Roll Express got the win.
Yeah. So at this point, the Calvin Sullivan match was 10 minutes 15 seconds. Even Norman the Lunatic and Cactus Jack got 9.5 minutes. This match was 19.5 minutes.
It's a big difference, big gap from the first
19.5. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about this tag team match? This is like, you think it's like one of their best that they had, the Rock and Roll and Midnights, or you seen better?
I think that when they focus less on the shenanigans and more on the action in the ring, that's a better product.
Yeah.
Would you get mad if you seen this match on AEW TV?
Would I get mad?
Yeah. This type of match, what you just seen with the shenanigans and all that stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I when you have two good tag teams, the shenanigans aren't necessary, and that's across the board. That's AEW, that's TNA, that's WWE, that's Ring of Honor, that's anywhere. If you have two good tag teams in a match that can really go and they can work well together, you don't need the shenanigans. Just let the match happen. Let the fans have that.
Yeah. But I think they were just trying to draw the crowd in a little bit more because of the first two matches. They were just way off. We're like, all right, we gotta, get the crowd live up a little bit. Get a little Memphis in here. Get the crowd pumping right now.
Right.
So
those first two matches didn't do it.
Nah. I don't think you would see something like that in AEW, but I think they've been changing the way they've been wrestling and their style lately. It's drawing more people in. I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but they're starting to focus on a lot of their big characters and really draw into them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you would see that.
I think
but not to that heavy extent.
They may be finally figuring out that you have enough talent there that can actually do the work that you don't need to be as gimmicky to get the job done, that you can actually let these guys go out there and handle their business in the ring without the extra muss and fuss.
And you know what's crazy? They're not like, I'm not shitting on TNA because I hope they're succeeding and they have a lot of good wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at TNA, I feel like, because I got AMC now, I feel like I am watching a WWE product with a lot less production, even more so than NXT. And it sucks because they have a lot of guys there that are very talented, but it's like night and day. I think you're right. I think AEW's finally found that niche where they're like, all right, we're going to focus on this, and this is going to take us a little bit further on than what we've been dealing with.
Yeah.
They've had their bumps. Of course, they're still a young company, but...
Right. It's trial and error. Initially it was, let's bring in all the star power and let them carry it. Then once the star power started leaving, they were like, we need to kind of work with some of the homegrown we have that still remained after these people started to leave.
You know what that reminds you of too, though? The old school Attitude Era.
Yeah.
They let a lot of the big characters go. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's not going to be a big change where they take over. WWE's got such a far...
the youth kind of come in and start to develop, and
yes,
the youth started taking over on their own.
Yes, I think that's what's going on, especially with young guys like MJF, Ospreay, Kyle, Fletcher, all these guys. AEW is going to be... And then Tony Storm. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, and what a gem.
And I would go as far as to say they brought in the Tony Storms, Mercedes Moné, they brought in former WWE talent to kind of say, okay, this is how we did stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
This worked. This didn't. And, you can kind of build off of that as well. It works both ways. It's like you bring people in that can tell you how things are done in other places. Okay, well, this was successful. We'll do that. This wasn't successful. We're definitely not doing that.
Yes.
And And I think, like I said, I think they've finally, and what is this now? Year 6 or 7?
7. Yeah, about to be
But
7.
it looks like they're catching it looks like they're catching their stride. They're figuring out what their real target audience is and how to best satisfy them, and that's what it looks like they're shooting for now. And that's never a bad thing. You have who you have. You know you're going to have the audience that's going to be your target, and you work towards pacifying that target audience. You bring people in, but you work towards building that audience. So maybe it'll be their quote unquote best year, as they like to say. It's going to be their best year. Maybe it will be. Maybe they'll hit their stride, and it will be their best year.
I hope so, man. I want all the companies to succeed. Every single one of them.
Exactly.
Strap, final thoughts on this tag team match between the Rock and Roll and the Midnights.
It was a lesson for me personally in acknowledging like what I personally like to see versus kind of like what I know and what I should respect, because they are two legendary tag teams, even though the Midnight Express, the original was Dennis Condrey, I think, not Stan Lane. So just the name versus who actually was in the name. But I wasn't really interested in it. I like Ricky Morton because I saw him at WrestleCon, and he was a nice gentleman. What a worker then that means. So I like him, but I wasn't really into him. I tried to enjoy the match. I just couldn't. Just something about it I couldn't enjoy. I mean, later on, things heated up later on. So it's like, okay, I do look forward to these guys. So it's just a particular taste. Like I just want to see, the Steiners more than I want to see the Rock and Roll Express. Therefore, I was more interested in their match than Rock and Roll and Midnight Express, even though I think highly of these guys. And aside from that one little Gaga spot, which I enjoyed a lot, it's just the third in a bunch of matches that weren't really grabbing my interest. So I don't think it was a bad match per se. I just personally didn't really care for it that much. But nothing actually really wrong with it. So, but it doesn't matter to me. If I never saw this match again, it doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter, fellas.
I'm in the somewhat range. Because we've seen a lot better matches with these guys.
30.
0 or 3.
Yeah, this match definitely did not matter. It was just too damn long, and yeah, that's it. But our next match. Our next match. Are we watching the New Japan show? Because we get all these damn tag team matches. Like, how you watch Wrestle Kingdom, and you watch like the pre-show, they got like 6 tag team matches and start going to individual matches and then so on. Jesus. Well, our next match, we have another tag team match. It's a Chicago street fight.
The pre-show and the full show.
Exactly. All under 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a Chicago street fight. We have the Road Warriors of Hawk and Animal, Legion of Doom, taking on the Skyscrapers with Teddy Long. Dan Spivey, he's injured. LOD, they come out with the motorcycles. And yeah. And
that was awesome.
Looking at the card, I'm like, okay, 2 big meaty tag teams, they're going to go at it. Whew. And guys, what are your thoughts on this version of Skyscrapers? Do you know who that guy was that filled in for Dan Spivey?
Yes.
Yep.
The guy that filled in for Dan Spivey was WWF and WCW legend Mike Enos.
Oof.
Man, how tall is that boy?
Yeah, he ain't no skyscraper. He's barely an apartment building.
Mike Enos, brother.
He was a townhouse.
So you obviously know that WCW is all about the looks. They like this, the big scrappy looking dude and whatnot, and they had a dead man, and they ruined that. Me and Mark.
And you had Mean Mark Callis and Mike Enos, and
Who's
you
Enos?
know, and they basically were like, yeah, we are not we don't see things going well for you here, Mark. So we're gonna let you find somewhere else to go, and maybe, just maybe, you might catch a bit of fire and end up with a 30-year legendary career elsewhere.
Yep. Ole
Just
Anderson,
not here.
you're a dope.
Just
So
not here, me, Mark. Just not here.
so BDC, you're a big Undertaker guy.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts watching this Mean Mark match right here?
I was curious about that too because
it
I know it
was-
was a big mark for him too.
Yeah, there were flashes. I mean, there were flashes of what I could see WWF seeing and him potentially bringing him on. There were flashes of, okay, this guy could be dominant. Yeah, exactly. Like, this guy could be dominant if he has the right build and the right, team behind him. He's a guy that could definitely take it to a decent level. Because, I mean, think about it. At that time, how many guys were there that was over 6'6", over 300 pounds, and could move like a cruiserweight?
Mike Enos.
Definitely not Mike Enos. So
Well,
I
it's
mean,
pretty funny you say that because Mean Mark, he said growing up, his favorite wrestler at the time was Mil Mascaras.
Yep.
So pretty interesting.
That's crazy. A tall guy like that, and his favorite wrestler is a luchador.
Yeah. So
He only
And-
said that because he was at the AAA press conference. He doesn't mean it.
yeah.
What a worker Mark Calloway is. Mark Calloway. What's his name?
Yeah, and I mean, it was a shame because Dan Spivey just bolted WCW like the days before Wrestle War, so they kind of had to scramble to end up with Sir Mike.
Is that what happened?
What happened? What happened to Sid? Was he there or was he gone?
Even after the fact.
Yeah, Sid Vicious.
Oh wow.
Sid Vicious comes in. He comes in with Spivey.
So what happened with Spivey?
He comes
You
in,
said
he comes in
left
with
before Wrestle
Spivey.
War?
He comes in with Spivey after Mark left to become the Undertaker.
Oh, so Spivey left.
Yeah,
for a
because
brief
it was
moment,
initially
came back.
me, Mark, and Dan Spivey. Then when Spivey bolted WCW for a bit, it was Mike Enos for that spell. But then eventually, when Dan Spivey he came back like several months later. We still don't know why he left, but he left, but came back several months later. They were united for a bit, but then when Mark left to become the Undertaker, they slotted in Sid Vicious with him.
Well,
I mean, the only real letdown to the skyscrapers was Mike Enos. Let's get it straight, because
Oh yeah.
if you
know that.
could have Mean Mark and Dan Spivey, or Sid Vicious and Dan Spivey, that's not much of a letdown.
No.
Not much of a letdown at all.
Or even Mark and freaking Sid. Woo.
Can you imagine the three of them together as a trio?
Oh,
That's the original Shield.
literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Mark
that would
Callis.
be ridiculous.
Mike Enos. Sid Vicious.
All right, well,
So
But while this fight is taking place, the Chicago street fight, we see Doom coming up all snazzy looking. They have their prom suits on. And
I didn't even know. I
My
didn't recognize freaking Butch. I'm like, oh, you
Butch
looking
was,
stiff.
Butch was clean.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
He's
yo,
clean.
that was looking nice.
they came up there in suits. I'm like, how you come up to a Chicago street fight in suits?
Hey, they upgraded from the mask.
Yeah, lose the mask, get a suit.
That's crazy.
And yeah, Doom and LOD, they go at it. And yeah, that's the match I wanted to see. Doom and LOD.
Yeah, that was the match I look forward to after 40 minutes of the first three matches, and that match lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, LOD, those matches don't go long. They ain't gonna sell for nobody. They just coming in, wreck house,
Yeah.
go home.
They're their full start from the start to finish. Their full stop. They're not getting paid by the hour. They're not.
I can't. This match, I just didn't complain because I knew what I was going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And Teddy Long tried to get involved too. They threw his ass out the ring, and Doom caught him.
Right. They gave you exactly what you expected.
Yeah. Except for Mike Enos.
There's a lot of WrestleMania 13 here. You know,
Yes, there is.
we're talking about Sid, Skyscrapers, Mark Callis, right?
Farouk.
Yeah. Right.
We got the LOD and the Nation of Domination, Farouk right there. So
Yep.
a lot
Yeah.
of WrestleMania 13 here.
That's crazy.
It's so one thought I had is like seeing all these participants. You know, I was like, no wonder why in the future Teddy Long always called out the Undertaker, because here they are teaming up together. He's like, I got this ace in the hole, the Undertaker.
Yep.
He was always there for me, so I'm gonna call the Undertaker.
You're gonna go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
All right. And, Dom was talking about how Doom came out to interfere in the match, and this is kind of topical, right? I was like, how Jim Ross is racist?
Oh Jesus.
He kept calling Ron Simmons and Butch Reed those guys. They have names, man. Even Terry Funk. We didn't say Terry Funk's on commentary, right? Even Terry Funk called them Doom. Those guys are Doom. Oh man, those guys. It's like they have names, JR. They have names.
Jeez.
Yes.
Oh, we're fucked. We're never
Well, this is our fourth match, and this match doesn't matter either. Oh Lord.
So
it shows the shits.
So, unfortunately, at this point, we are now looking at a show that is halfway over and halfway bullshit. So, yeah. God.
I'll be real.
We got 3 matches left. There's no redeeming it now. We're at the halfway point. This is shit.
So I when I watch the show, I like to watch TV and eat my dinner. That's how maybe some people like to do it. That's how I like to do it. And I after much experience, how many 3+ years here on the It Doesn't Matter podcast, reviewing all sorts of shows, 4+, whatever. It's like you watch these shows and like the opening match is supposed to be hot. The second match and the third match, they can be a little less, and then they heat it up again. So it's like, here I am, I got my food, I got my meal, I'm ready to eat, and I'm watching these opening matches like, man, this is just boring as hell. Like by the time I get to the main event, by the time I get to the matches I do want to see, I'm
Yeah.
Yep.
It's tough, man.
No bullshit on that.
Wait, how did they manage to pull off 4 straight matches that are like, like you said, you go hot, it simmers a little bit, then it heats up. You got 4 matches that have all been lukewarm. There ain't been nothing hot about any of these matches up right now. Nothing hot about them.
All right. Well, our next match is for the U.S. Tag Team Championship. Another tag match. We have Brian Pillman and Tom Zink taking on the Fabulous Freebirds.
Yep.
This match should have kicked off the show with Brian Pillman and Tom Zink.
Yep.
Oh, man. So, Brian Pillman is usually the opening match guy for WCW. Tom Zink, same thing, even when he's in the WWF, the Can-Am Express.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about these two baby faces going against the Freebirds? And how the hell the Freebirds still relevant at this time? They're still lingering in there. They're still holding on.
That's how.
Good old Michael Hayes, brother. Michael Hayes can get heat like nobody else. I don't know how the hell he did it. That boy piss you off sometimes. Just looking at him. Like,
do you think the Freebirds was like still on top in like 1990, or are they just coasting at the moment?
They're coasting.
Yeah,
they're definitely they're not on top. They are name brand recognition at this point.
And you got to remember the territories aren't the same anymore. It's just basically two big companies taking over now at this time. WWF and NWA. So, I mean, it's sad because the Freebirds, from all I've seen back in Texas, woo,
They were ridiculous.
yeah,
They were
them
ridiculous.
and the Von Erichs, man. I recommend anybody go back and watch
Yep.
the rivalries from the 85, 86, when when Michael Hayes was really getting that crowd rowdy. Man, that dude was fighting everybody in the crowd just to get home or get in his car. Because if he didn't, yeah, he gonna get stabbed.
I'm not gonna lie. I do want us to cover a WCCW show. I never seen the whole show. I seen like glimpses and pieces of matches and whatnot. But I would love to cover the Von Erich Freebirds and
Yeah, we have
all them
to
other
cover
dudes.
those.
Gino, I want to see Gino.
Yo, Gino Hernandez is another one where you see clips of him, you're like, because he was part before our time, like, was he really like the old their version of the $1 Million Man? Because every time I hear everybody else say he was the original $1 Million Man, but we didn't see it, so it's hard to justify that.
Oh, and Chris Adams, gentleman Chris Adams, the guy that trained Stone Cold. Like, I seen a glimpse of him after the fact, because when BDC and I were doing Nitro, he had a tag team match. I forgot who his tag team partner was. I'm like, this dude, he sucks. But I'm just curious. It did all his good stuff back in the day, so I'm just curious to see how it played out.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely, I think WCCW show would definitely be a cool idea. I definitely think we may be able to even pull off an episode where we dedicate to rivalries and have them as a rivalry that we discuss a show about.
Von Erichs and Freebirds.
Freebirds.
The Von Erichs and the Freebirds, yeah.
That is something we do need to discuss. I think it's a summer thing we should do because I think that's when they made the most business around. I gotta say, I think WCCW had a hell of a show around
Christmas.
July.
They had
Christmas or
they
July?
had like the Star Wars show around Christmas. They have it on the vault.
I may have to chat GBT it later.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to this tag team match. Was it number 4? We only have one singles match so far. That's what I'm saying. 4 tag team matches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
4 tag.
Gotta get everybody on the card.
This ain't WrestleMania.
Where's Dennis Stamp? I'm not booked.
Oh man! All right, so we get a young Brian Pillman. He's not the loose cannon yet, but we got that innovative, high flying Brian Pillman. Tom Zink, he was just a pretty face, but he wasn't all that. Freebirds are Freebirds. They still doing them old 80s heel tactic moves and whatnot. And I thought this match went too damn long. The Freebirds dominated the whole match, especially they kept working on Tom Zink. Pillman got the hot tag, and he won the match with the crossbody on Jimmy Jam Garvin.
24 and a half minutes of love.
Jesus.
I think I finished my hamburger in 30 seconds, and I got to watch a 20-minute match like this.
The match was okay. It was just too long. And I like tag team wrestling, but this is just overbearing. This whole show so far.
Didn't sound like it a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, this was absolute overkill. Like, this is an absolute overkill of tag matches. Yeah, this is just nuts, and particularly this match. I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to show the Freebirds as wily and veteran and all that stuff like that. And, for all their efforts, the young buck comes out there and he just basically flattens them when it mattered most. I get all that. They could have done that in 10 minutes. They didn't need 25. They could have done it in 15. Hell, they could have did it in 8. They really didn't need 25 minutes to do all that. And with 2 matches left to go, matches are only going to get longer from here.
Yep.
Does this tag team match, does this matter?
No.
Oh,
Sorry, Lexus King, you're going to have to find another match to copy your daddy's moveset from.
Even with the U.S. United States tag team titles on the line. It dragged, man. It just dragged.
This is just this is brutal.
You know what title I do like? It's not in here now, but they call it the Texarkana Championship. It's like, why is it called that? Oh, Texas and Arkansas.
Who held that title?
I want to revive that. I want that belt. I want the Texarkana Heavyweight Championship, brother.
Who held that title?
New cut belt. New York, Connecticut.
Mike Enos.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus. I don't want that.
New London Championship, folks. New London Championship.
Ooh.
New London Championship Wrestling.
I did get someone did give me a belt recently, but it's in the car. Next show.
I beat Casper. I forget my coach's old name. my old wrestling coach back in high school, right? Crespo, Mr. Crespo.
Ah.
So his son, at the time, of course, I'm a senior in high school, and his son is like, really little young boy, and you see him on the New London sell and swap, pimping sneakers.
Oh, JJ Crespo.
I remember you when you were a little boy. Crespo,
JJ.
Casper Crespo.
Yeah, JJ's his son. He's nasty. He got a championship ring for baseball. Yes, and he sells shoes. He be flipping.
He be flipping.
He be flipping.
Like Brian Pillman. See, I brought it back, Jack.
All right, well, our next match is for the World Tag Team Championship. Now, I actually look forward to this match. Another tag match. I look forward to this match. We have Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson of the Four Horsemen, and they are taking on one of my favorite tag teams, Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers. And at this time, Arn Anderson, he's the TV champ at this time. And watching this match, I had to sit down and I thought about it. I've never seen Ole Anderson wrestle. Like, I always seen him in the background, in the cut. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to this. I know Ole, he's a no-nonsense guy. I said, I want to see how he's going to interact with these damn Steiner brothers. And this match, it was physical, and Scott Steiner fucking dumped Ole Anderson on his head a few times. I was like, oh my God, Ole sold this shit?
I think Ole went when the back later on, he was like, Scott, you do that again. You ain't have them belts.
Right.
You ain't have them belts.
Yo, I'm surprised.
You won't have to worry about them belts.
I'm surprised Ole took that. And then Arn's selling. He's selling his ass off. He's selling Jordans. He's flipping the Jordans and all that other stuff like that. But, man, he took the Frankensteiner. He was selling that joint. And, man, it was pretty interesting.
Man, right there. When you said that, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't really see a lot of Ole, but I'm watching him and I'm watching FTR. I'm like, ooh, this is where they stole everything from. And this is great. This is a great revival of a tag team.
Revival. Exactly.
When did Ole stop wrestling? Because Arn did all the work in this match.
He got dumped on his head.
I think when Tully got in, because I think he left and Tully basically took over for him.
Well, Tully was still there. Well, not this time, because this is when
he wasn't a horseman though. Not in the beginning, I think.
He came back. No, because Tully was This is when they came back to WWE or WCW. Excuse me. No, wait, never mind.
No, the Brainbusters were like a really late '80s thing.
Yeah.
So when they made a deal to come back, then Tully failed the drug test.
That was 90.
Arn Anderson had to accept a lower deal than originally agreed upon. And that's timeline seems about right. And I love Tully Blanchard. I love the name Tully. I think that's great. It's unfortunate that it's a brand of K-Cup coffee. Tully's something or other.
So,
love Tully.
I mean, Ole Anderson, he basically this is one of his last matches. He retired.
I figured that.
Shortly thereafter.
Yeah,
he retired.
Arn did everything.
He retired in the spring. To become a bookie.
Okay.
Or forgive me, began heading the booking committee.
Yeah.
But he retired in the spring.
I dig this
match.
He's
gonna shock the world.
I dig this match for Arn Anderson, for him selling. making the Steiners look good. Steiners, they just freak athletes. I definitely enjoyed it. This match matters to me.
I'm looking at a very interesting note that they talked about him being a booker, and he came up with the following ideas in his short time, because by the end of 1990 he was gone. So he came up with the Black Scorpion, the character that was meant to be an enemy of Sting and confuse everybody. His his greatest claim to fame was getting RoboCop to rescue Sting.
Oh, man. Well,
Got RoboCop.
the Steiners got the win. After the match, the Andersons, they attacked the Steiners.
Yeah, of course, naturally.
Yeah.
Because why the hell wouldn't they?
Yeah. This match matters to me. What about you guys?
Yeah, it was worth it, because I mean, I've seen Ole wrestle before, so clearly he had kind of lost a step, but him and Arn were always business as usual in the ring, and it was every bit of that, and they showed both sides of it, being able to, be on the offensive, but also really making their opponents look good in the ring too. You get to see all of that in almost a masterclass of sorts. And that's always to be appreciated, because there's a lot of people who can't do that now.
No, you're right about that.
Plano, your thoughts on this match right here?
Just very impressed with the Steiners, man. You see a lot of Braun Breaker with Rick right there.
Oh yeah.
I'm just seeing the way he's moving around, how he's wrestling, how he's moving. I'm like, yeah, that's Braun Breaker all day, man. I know a lot of people compare him more to Scotty, but when I saw this match, I'm like, nah, he's just like his pops, man. That dude is straight just dog, man. He's a dog.
Yeah, he's such a hybrid, because it's like,
yeah.
when it comes to just dog down mat wrestling, yeah, he's like his father in that. He's definitely like his father in that. When it comes to the aerial shit, he is definitely Scott all day.
Yeah.
His promo style is more Scott too. So,
I mean, he made more money too.
Yeah.
So sorry.
So I mean, he's just a freaking beast. He's such a beast. Such a beast.
Yeah.
Strap, your thoughts?
Well, thoughts on the match? Yeah. So this was more interesting. I was more interested in. I love the Steiners. I think they're great, especially the young Steiners, because I saw them, in the early Nitro era, the early Nitro years. So that's the Steiners I know. So seeing them before that in a very fresh, so much kinetic energy in Scott Steiner, you can't contain it. And the Andersons. Arn Anderson is just a pleasure to watch, and him and Ole are kind of they look the same, they look similar, they all that stuff that makes them the Andersons, and that's all good stuff. So I was happy to watch the match, and I enjoyed it as much. They delivered. So but thinking back on the previous matches and stuff, it's like, let's not get a skewed view of what Wrestle War 90 was. It's like, we need the bad, we need the good to get an overall scope. If we just turn the show on at the midway point, then we'd be lying if we said, oh my God, Wrestle War 90 was such a great show. It's like, matches from Wrestle War were good, but not the whole show, my friend. So this is a highlight, so good stuff.
It took the 6th match to get your first match. We are officially 1 of 6.
This match matters.
This match matters.
All right, our last match, the main event, the match everybody's looking forward to. We have Lex Luger, who's United States champion, taking on the Nature Boy Ric Flair with Woman. Man, so Luger's going for the title. Okay, they might put the strap on him. Luger, he looked good as always. We talked about Lex Luger at this time. The music, the look, the fan, the presence. It was his time to win this match right here. And then the match just kept getting longer and longer, and Luger just kept doing the same damn thing over and over and
the
over.
the building had a time frame as to how long they had to perform. Not okay. You need to be out by 11. Like no, you need to stay here till 11. You got to stay here.
Luger dominated the match. Flair was definitely selling for him. Luger kept flexing on him, and let's see how's the match going to turn. How's it going to play out? Luger took himself out, going for a flying clothesline, and then Ric Flair just took advantage and lit that ass up after that. At this time, Ric Flair, he's a 6-time World Heavyweight Champ. And Sting's been injured. Everybody, Norman the Lunatic, Steiner Brothers, they all had like Sting headbands or armbands and whatnot.
Yeah,
Sting, he was injured. He had some crutches and some short shorts on. And while the match,
a minor tear in his knee.
Yeah, he tore up his knee, and I think he was supposed. I think if I'm right, I think this was initially supposed to be like a. This was supposed to be a.
Supposed to be
tag
Sting
match.
spot.
He was supposed to actually be wrestling, and he tore up his knee, and
No,
so
I
now
believe
he was out.
I think Sting was
Either that, or he was going to be going for the championship himself.
Yeah, Sting's supposed to be going for the title. So while this match is taking place, Luger's getting his ass whipped. Sting comes back down with the crutches, and then he's trying to hype Luger up. He slapped the shit out of Luger. Come on, wake up, wake up. Luger, he heats up, and then the ref gets knocked down.
Yep.
And then Luger, he has Flair beat. And then them dastardly horsemen, they come down to the ring. They attack Luger, but it doesn't work out. So they start attacking Sting. Sting's getting beat up.
Yep.
One bad leg. And Luger, shit. Let me go. Lex going, let me go help my boy. Luger's getting beat up. And you just see the ref. He's just out there counting. I'm like, this should be disqualification right here. Lex Luger got counted out and lost the match.
Yeah.
So what the hell? Like this dusty booking.
Yeah.
they know what to do.
How many ways should this have gone? First off, the moment that the referee got up and saw that they were interfering in not only the match, but it also going after Sting, they should have been thrown out. That's one. Number two, the fact that they literally watched him throw punches and hit Lex Luger, and he's just counting. That's two.
Was that Nick Patrick? Was it Nick Patrick's ref? That dirty ref?
It could have been a dirty ref. It could have been a dirty ref.
It might have been him too.
But
I mean, don't think he was, but I don't know. I don't know right off the top of my head.
Because it was either him or Mike Atkins.
Mike Enos.
Yeah. So, Mike Enos. But yeah, it was such a good match, but such a wild finish to the match because I was just sitting there. I was like, okay, so now we done had the Harlem Heat breakdown where dude totally forgets he's in a match and proceeds to get counted out one, and then you have guys interfering and don't get thrown out. That's two, and you just kind of knew when Sting came down there. Yeah, I see where this is going. It's like if Sting can't do nothing, he's a sitting duck out there.
If I was at this damn Greensboro Coliseum watching this show,
I would have won my money back.
They gotta hype me up. Oh, Luger about to get the win. Wait, he got counted out while he's getting beat up. I've been so pissed off. I don't know how much ticket prices were at the time, but I'd have been heated. Boy, I'd have been heated.
Give me my $15 back, damn it.
For real.
Give me my $15.
Back in those days, $2 would get you a hot dog, a soda, and some fries.
And a little bit of whiskey. A little bit of whiskey, baby.
That's
terrible.
1950. Oh, my God. I look forward to this match. I'm like, this match is a half hour long. And next, you see the finish, like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep. This is old school WCW, NWA. We can't book them. We can't lose them. He going to lose anyway, baby.
Why?
Like, how did you grab defeat from the jaws of victory on this match? How did you do that?
Why did they pull the trigger on Luger? They did the same shit with him. What? 3-4 years later in WWF, the same shit.
Because Flair did not want to drop the belt to Luger.
Yeah,
He told him,
he had pull at the time.
He said, "I'm only dropping it to Sting, and when Sting's ready, I'll give him the strap." So for anyone bitching about booking, blame the dick, man. It was his fault.
Woo!
Blame the Enos.
Woo!
Oh my God.
Blame the mass skyscraper.
Terrible, terrible, man.
And we love Rick to death, man, but he was like, "Nope, not doing it."
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, dude.
Hey, when the guy's hot, just
you want to give Sting that moment, and I appreciate that to hell, but come on, this dude, he's been earning this shit. You could at least given him a provisional run, just so he can know what it feels like. I mean, WWE even did that. They even announced that he was champion when he wasn't, just so they could see the proud crowd boo the shit out of him, and they decided, nah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that at a Superstars taping? All right, here comes the new World Wrestling Federation champion, Lex Luger. Psych.
Oh man.
How does everybody feel about the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Lex Luger? The fuck? Okay, maybe not.
So
sorry.
That just tells you
that
there's no confidence in the man.
Running ideas. Sorry about that. Sorry to waste your time.
In a
Go
way,
back to your
it was kind of in a way WWF kind of did the right thing by not giving him the belt, because after he didn't, he went all the way down.
Yep.
He only got brought back up because of the Hitman. And you put an S in front of him. That's what I think about that, man.
Select Sluger?
Sluger.
The total spackage.
Well, BDC, we watched this show. Took almost 3 hours to watch, and it was a complete waste of damn time. This show does not matter.
No.
You shouldn't be allowed to pick any more topics.
No, you shouldn't be allowed to put the topics out there, because that was one of the topics you put out there, bro.
You did, Dom. You did.
He said, Norman Lunatic, sign me up.
It was a finale of Top Chef, and the guy, he cooked some scallops that were frozen, so the chef is like yells back at the guy like, "Hey, the scallops were in your refrigerator to walk in." And then the guy who owns that place was like, "Well, you chose to use them." It's like, wait, hold on. I was in your restaurant and I used your food, but you chose to cook it. Bye.
Yep.
Dope.
Yep.
Dope indeed.
Well, just messing with you. It was fun just to see everybody's thoughts on this show, because we could have skipped this episode plenty of times because of scheduling and the weather and whatnot. But everybody's like, "No, I watched the show. I want to talk about this." So we made sure we had to put it out there.
You have no idea how committed I was to do this review of the show, because we had to suffer through it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
My burger was long gone, like I said.
There is a
good thing I got my rest today, because I wouldn't have had the energy for it yesterday.
There is a lady on social media on IG. Her name is JJ Sweets, and she has this running broadcast that she does that's called "If I Had to See It, Then So Do You."
Thank you, JJ Sweets. Shout out to you.
Thank you very much. Because if we had to watch it,
you do too.
There you go. I know we're gonna have a lot of clips next week. We're gonna have a lot of clips, that's for sure.
Oof.
Yep.
All right. Well,
hope so.
This concludes Wrestle War 1990. Wow, thing.
Finally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Next week we're gonna have a fantasy show. Who you got? WWF, WCW, ECW. I'll tell you the year next week when we're recording. It's going to be pretty interesting. That was StratFact's choice. Let's see if he's in attendance for this show.
Let's see if Eric's voice has recovered from his cough.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely need another voice.
Yeah,
for this
I'm
one.
gonna take a minute to say something before we go. I'm not sure if people saw it today. Folks in the wrestling community, all 399, 400 people that follow us, and hopefully more in the future. But I think we talked about Aja Smith last week as far as her accident that she had with her hubby in the car. She came out today. She has lost several family members to a fire, and has a GoFundMe to help support the family left behind, because I think it's 7 people that were displaced due to the fire. She lost a grandmother, cousin, uncle, and someone else, I believe. So if you have IG, hit her page. The GoFundMe link is there, and hopefully you'll support. I've seen some wrestlers have already supported. I think she's got a lot of work ahead of her. She's got 4 burials and now trying to find housing for these family members. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Yeah, I mean, she's been through a tough first month of the year already. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, we'll definitely share that post on our social media.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well, till then, I'm Torres. I'm Dom. I'm here at Poppy Platinum. I'm here with StratFacts. I'm here with BDC, the man that chose Wrestle War in 1990. Wild Thing.
And I'm sorry.
And we will see you guys next week. Boom.
Ay. No bueno.